I had the privilege of attending the start of the Headstock 500, a 500-kilometre bikepacking event around Wales, starting at the Tiny Rebel Brewery in Rogerstone. This challenging route is one I know all too well, as I was the first person to ride it back in August.
This is Wales!
It's a ride with many obstacles and challenges that the riders would soon have to face themselves. But it was great to see so many different riders turn up with varying levels of experience, including some throwing themselves truly into the deep end with this one with their first ever bikepacking adventure. The day began for me with helping to get the GPS trackers online ready for the riders as they started to arrive. A unique competition was held, not for the lightest bike, fastest or slowest rider, but for the heaviest bike.
5.5, 33.1.
Plus with me on it.
Yeah, basically if you weigh your bike, you might win an exposure light.
The heaviest bike on the day at the Headstock 500 weighed an impressive 36 kilograms.
That's mainly waterproof, so my B3 is on the top of that, because I'll run out of liquid at some point. And then on this side I've got the warm quilty jacket and quilty breeches.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's bulky, and then here all the spare electrics, and I've actually got a spare set of bibs and a top in there as well, first aid kit.
With the runner-up at 33 kilograms. Incredibly heavy. I believe the heaviest though was on the Headstock 200, just beating the 36 kilograms at 37 kg. Wow. And not something I would want to be pedaling up these Welsh climbs. There was lots of bike talk, and I enjoyed meeting many of you who have supported the channel over the years. It was great to see you getting out on your own adventure. One rider who particularly stood out though was Tudor Gilliam, who chose to tackle this hilly route on a retro Kona. Not only retro, but converted to single speed. My favourite bike of the day by far. Anyone who has the mentality to take on Wales on a single speed bike truly knows how to embrace the spirit of adventure. After plenty of bike talk and conversations, all things adventure, the riders gathered for their briefing before setting off.
Before we set you off, just a couple of things. So safety, okay, obviously, please ensure you've got all the necessary safety gear and your tracker is turned on at all times. The second part of that is impossible, you can't turn it off. Checkpoints will also have food and drink, okay. Unlike most self-supported events, you've got a fully stocked checkpoint. So you've got things like High Five nutrition, you've got bananas, you've got chocolate, crisps, all that kind of stuff. Help yourselves, okay? For those that arrive into CP1 and it's shut, okay, what we'll do is we'll put a small box in the porch, okay? And in that box there'll be some food and drinks and stuff like that for you, okay? There's also a toilet inside the porch, so if you need the loo, just go in, help yourselves. In terms of biosecurity, this one's really important, okay? we had to, we basically, to be able to use natural resource Wales forestry, we have to do biosecurity. So each of the checkpoints have got a bike wash. There's some eco bike wash spray. If your bikes are bogging, spray them off, use the stuff before you pass on to the next checkpoint, okay? In terms of emergency, okay, obviously it's a self-supported event. I'm first aid qualified. We will be at the checkpoints, but if you have an accident, your first priority is to ring 999 and then followed by us as the organiser, okay? If you can also ring 999, ask for the police, and then ask for mountain rescue, okay? And those guys will come out to you. And then if you haven't already downloaded it, there is an app called OS Locate, okay? The benefit of this app is that you can use it, you don't need mobile signal, okay? What it'll do is it'll basically pick up your grid position, and then you can send that to emergency services so they know where to find you. And then lastly, in terms of withdrawing from the event, if it comes to that, okay? Obviously if you need to withdraw from the event because you're tired or you don't feel like it, just take a break, okay? Get some rest, get some food in you, get some water in you, have a good sleep, okay? And then reassess the next day, all right? Chances are you're just tired and you just need a break, all right? If you feel that you need to withdraw because of an injury, obviously withdraw, but let us know, okay? We need to know that you've left, we need to strike you off the list, and then we'll set your tracker to, obviously, that you've retired, all right? In terms of the start line, we're gonna be down out on the road. We're going to set you off in groups of 3. They're roughly 2 to 3 minutes apart. We're going to write down your start time on your cards at the end. And then what that means is that it doesn't matter whether you're in Group A or Group C. You can all sort of get the fastest time if that's what you're here for. Okay, and then finally, when you get back, if you're one of the faster ones and this place isn't open, you need to return your tracker, okay? What we'll do is we'll give you our home address, we'll drop it in the comms chat, and then you'll need to drop it back. Our house is literally the other side of the dual carriageway, okay? So from here it's about half a mile. All right, there'll be a box by our front door or our back door, we'll let you know in the chat, and then you just drop it in there, okay? Otherwise what happens is £2.50 per day for a tracker that's not returned, all right? And that's it really. We hope you all have a really, really good time. We're going to meet down there about 10 to 12 and then we'll start setting up.
I had the chance to follow them along the course, witnessing their initial climbs. The look on their faces was clear. They knew they were in for a challenge. As the riders hit the first hills of the day, which do indeed hit you hard after only a short time on the bike, I could see the riders were realising that this ride would be a tough one. The first 50 miles, to be fair, of this route are particularly gruelling, with lots of steep terrain. But from my point of view in the car, the hills seemed pretty easy for once. The riders were doing great, pushing on, with some resorting to a little hiker bike. We then headed to Gwynfar Reservoir to await the riders as they ventured deeper into the Welsh landscape. Richard Hibbert, the first rider, was making astonishing progress. He even managed to get past us before we could catch him on the camera, and he would go on to complete the Headstock 500 in just 38 hours with a first place finish. An incredible achievement. We managed to catch the front group making their way up to the reservoir, displaying a mix of smiles and tired legs.
Well done, boys.
You alright?
Yeah.
Doing it before us.
You enjoying it?
Yes.
Having fun?
Yeah, good fun, thanks. Of course,
Yeah.
mate. It's a good route.
Is it him? Is it Mr. Gorman? It is. Look at that smile.
Looking forward to Talgarth. Looking forward to Talgarth.
Well done, mate. You're well ahead of everyone. You're up there, you are.
Oh, really?
Yeah, mate. Keep going. You're smashing it. You're doing fantastic well. Enjoying it?
Yeah, it's definitely going faster than a recce.
Good.
Probably an hour and a half up.
That'll be a temperature then. Well done. Smile for the camera.
Yes.
Is that Mr. Cook?
Hello.
It is. You're doing remarkably well, sir.
Thank you very much, mate.
Well done. Enjoying it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice stretch, I like this bit.
Good man.
Yeah. Before I was getting attacked by aliens, then.
Tudor Gillam, still on his single speed bike, seemed to be regretting his choice.
Bad idea. Single speed. It's the great idea.
Well done.
But he persevered on. Although he eventually had to scratch, his attempt on a retro single speed bike was legendary. We met many riders heading up the climb, all enjoying the sunny weather for once in Wales. Many of the riders pushing on to get over the Black Mountains for a chippy tea at Talgarth tonight.
To Talgarth? Yeah. Probably about another 5, 6, something like that. Well done, Will.
How you doing?
How are you?
Ah, great, loving it.
Excellent, good man. How are you finding it?
Oh, it's good.
Good man.
Challenging, but good fun.
Further down the trail we met Nick Powell, riding a 1996 rigid Arrow bike built with 85% recycled parts. This was likely the oldest bike at the event. Nick had also set himself a different kind of challenge: to complete the route plastic-free, a formidable task given the resupply options along this route. When we met Nick, he was unfortunately having a mechanical issue and was ingeniously fashioning a shim from an old drink can found in a nearby skip. This resourcefulness was fitting for the eco-adventure spirit he had set out to embrace. Doing what you need to do to keep the adventure going is the very nature of bikepacking adventures. And at the time of making this video, he is still on the trails on the home stretch back to the brewery. Meeting so many supporters of the channel was a highlight for me. Seeing you embark on your own adventures is incredibly rewarding. It was wonderful to witness everyone come together, share the passion for bikes and bikepacking, and enjoy the beauty of Wales through the Headstock 500. Congratulations to everyone involved in the event. It's these moments of community and shared passion that makes events like the Headstock 500 so special. I look forward to more adventures together and hearing about your own journeys and experiences on the trails. Well done to all the riders who completed the Headstock 500 and the 200, and fingers crossed for all the riders who are still out on the trail as I am making this video right now. I am rooting for you, and here's to many more epic rides in the future.